am so excited. I mean, talk about keeping it in the family. For those of you that don't know, I was a beauty queen. Yes, I was Miss West Africa 1990. Yes, decades ago. And then it's come back full circle with my beautiful niece Farah, who is competing to be Miss Alberta. I want you guys to sponsor, to support her. She has a wonderful support page. Please go right ahead and support her. Please, please, please. She is absolutely beautiful and amazing. I remember when Farah was born, and to see her now walking on stage and winning all of these beauty competitions just warms my heart. So I want to use my platform to spread the word out there. Please support my wonderful niece Farah and just click onto the link and give her all the support that you can. I will deeply I will deeply appreciate it. And Farah, congratulations. Well, you know you're my daughter anyway, because I don't have daughters, so you are my daughter. It doesn't matter who birthed you, you're my daughter, and I am so proud of you. Fumi Nation, this is the first. Yes, my darlings, the next generation doing wonderful and amazing things, and for Farah to walk out on these platforms and really follow in my steps, in my footsteps, I am absolutely speechless, and I want you to support her. Okay, all of my love. Thank you for everything. I love you guys. Mwah. Baby, we have the t-shirts back in stock, my darlings. What is delayed is not denied. We have it in blue. Since you loved it so very much indeed, my darlings, you better go ahead and get your t-shirt before it sells out, because I just might go ahead and do a yellow t-shirt for you and an orange t-shirt. You have to bear in mind, Baby Girl is a small brand. We are self-funding here, so I can only do so much. But yes, the t-shirt is back and I am living and loving. I also have a surprise for you. Yes. You asked and I said, why not? We have brought the black t-shirt back. What is delayed is not denied. Are we living and loving? Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we, baby? Before we get into it, my darlings, let me tell you what I am wearing. I am wearing fabulous Nigerian designer who happens to be in the United Kingdom right now at High Street, Kensington, and her name is Ayoto. Ayoto is a mother and daughter brand, and I am wearing this fabulous dress which has none other than the David Bowie print. I took it in homage of my darling sister Iman. I know she will love it. I am also wearing this gorgeous necklace. It's a necklace. You can actually take it off. Let me just show you. It is absolutely fabulous. And this, my darling, is by Tiffany Amber. It just really pops it off. And then these earrings, which just happen to be a matchy, were from H&M. Yeah. And then I just plaited my hair today and just thought, you know, we'll have that. We'll just give it a look. Makeup, all of Juvia's, please. Let me know so that I can do makeup tutorial for you, because the way I do my makeup in my high 50s, 57, is completely different from the way that I used to do it. How to cover the dark under eye. Baby! You will live and love. Let me know. Maybe I'll do like a story time while I'm doing makeup. That would be fun for you. So why are we here? I'll tell you why we are here. Monique, my beautiful Monique. Monique entered the chat. In fact, I know that my beautiful Monique was just sitting by the sidelines waiting for our darling Oprah to mess up. For those of you that will be saying, Fumi, what on earth are you talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Our darling Oprah was invited to Cannes to receive an award, and I think along with that there was going to be like a sit down chit chat, and for some insane reason Whitney for some insane reason Oprah talked about Whitney. You know what, how about this? Why don't you listen to it for those of you that would be hearing it for the first time? Let me play it for you, okay?
We did the whole, hey girl, how you doing, greeting thing. And then I stopped the cameras and I went behind stage and I said, so tell me, what do you want? What do you want to happen here? and I'm going to tell you what I wanted to happen here. And that was one of the most powerful interviews. And do you all know this is an amazing thing that happened? I had such trust from the Oprah show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we gone behind stage and I asked her about her attention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that everybody would be, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
And what about...
That would not happen today, I could tell you.
Yeah. What about...
I did a previous episode where I tried to make sense of it, and I said to myself, it could be a situation where somebody did have a recording of it and threatened to release it. And Oprah decided to go ahead and tell that story to deprive that person from profiting from the story. Because it's not so much a threat, it's that you want to do this to Whitney, I will make sure that you don't make a dime from it. That was my initial, because I just couldn't imagine Oprah saying this about Whitney. I think because if I had a friend, I do have friends. I do have friends who have struggled with substance abuse. And I'll tell you this, I would never, dead, alive, missing, I would never bring that up about them. I just wouldn't. I think that there is a loyalty that you have to have with people that are struggling with anything, for that matter, depression, anything at all, alcoholism, anything. Once you cross that line, then you no longer give them that safe space. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's a betrayal in a sense that anybody struggling will now know, Oprah, I can never come to you and think I'm safe. I humbly think that Oprah was highlighting her loyalty and influence about her audience. But Whitney was the sacrificial lamb in her highlighting that. And it backfired. It backfired. Needless to say, we have the wonderful, fabulous Monique, who was in the sidelines. And she was on a podcast called My Husband is My Best Friend. And this is what Monique had to say in relation to what Oprah said.
Secret conversation you have had on the side with somebody in the industry that you have never told, but it will make an impact on the industry. It would shake a table.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good question.
Baby, if I tell you who I had the secret conversation with, it's going to shake the table.
You asked me what I would love to know.
Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
That's it.
What
Shake the table. Shake the table. Because our brother's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And it would be unfair.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to play fair. Because I will not speak of a person about any conversation, about any incidents, about anything that they cannot say yes or no to. Because when you do that, that becomes unfair to the baby. Because they don't have they can't say, well, yes, that happened or that didn't happen. But I'll just say, brother Jesse Jackson. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was just brother Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, Oprah actually recently talked about Whitney Houston in an interview. Oh, that's why you said, okay, well, there's that. She said that Whitney, kind of passed out and might have alluded to maybe...
Didn't Oprah fall on stage?
At peace at all times.
We didn't see how she tripped, nothing, and she just went down. We saw that. We saw her. She was walking and they found. And everybody was like, well, she said the shoes. Okay. Well, what was wrong? So, and as we're laughing talking about it and making light of it. Just for me, how do you speak about someone that can't defend it? That, just in my humble opinion, it takes it different. Because that woman can't say yes or no. And now you just want everybody to take your word because you're the great Oprah Winfrey. And you just take my word that that's what happened. That, I believe, is unfair. I believe that's unfair. And I still love my sister, Oprah Winfrey. Let me be clear about that. People think in correction it means you don't love. It's simply just correction. And I remember Gary Owens said one time, Gary Owens, the white comedian, he said one time, how can Monique say that she love him and then she say this? Because that's called blackness. We know how we do it in our community. And I don't care how many black women you get with for married, you're not black, so you wouldn't understand.
Woo! Well, Whitney's estate responded, and this is what they had to say in relation to what Oprah had talked about in Cannes, of all places. My God, she went international sideline. My neck of the woods. She came to Europe to see this. So, Whitney Houston, the statement from the estate of Whitney Houston regarding Oprah Winfrey's remark at Cannes, Lyon. From the 2009 interview on the Oprah Winfrey Show, Whitney absolutely fell off stage. But it was during a sound check, and it was due to the darkness of the area and her unfamiliarity with the stage. She was absolutely not high. This story was picked up by several media outlets. Like many people, she faced personal battles, but it is inaccurate and unfair to attach that struggle to every performance or every chapter of her life. What the studio audience witnessed on stage was the result of discipline, talent, and commitment, not the assumptions others project. Whitney's humanity included triumphs and struggles, but on that day, she showed up as the professional and gifted artist she always worked to be. We owe her the dignity of telling the truth and not repeating myths. Do you know, after reading this, it just occurred to me that maybe Oprah did make a mistake. That because of Whitney's history, she thought that when Whitney fell, that she was back on. And she wasn't. There's a saying that I refuse to be ridiculed for my past mistakes. That you will not continue to judge me and talk to me about my past, because then how can I grow? How can I evolve? I am just humbly saying that. And I'm also going to be the devil's advocate and say, well, you don't know what Oprah saw. We don't know what Oprah saw. And Oprah falling down doesn't mean anything. Why? Because Oprah didn't have a history of using. I'm just playing both sides. I live and love Whitney. Left to me, I wouldn't have brought it up, period. There was nothing, because I feel that in order for you to show how loyal your fan base was, Oprah, you threw Whitney under the bus. That's not a win. A win is when everybody wins. A win would have been, Whitney told us something, and till this very day, I have never heard it, and the audience was there. If you had said something like that, then I would have said, okay, fine, there's nothing really into it. But because Whitney had a history, we're bringing that up on someone that has passed away all these years. And that doesn't sit well for all of the people that have lived and loved Whitney Houston. Friends aside, estate aside, fans aside, just on simple principle and ethics, it wasn't a good look. I really want to give you grace and say that you didn't think about it all the way. I have just finished doing a podcast, and there were things that I was like, oh my God, did I say that? You know, I don't mind because I always keep it light. But I never, ever bring anybody down to elevate you. That's it. You are elevating your influence that, oh, you know what? Because I told them, they didn't do it. Because I told them. Because my influence. And Oprah, my God, you were the first influencer. But it was at the expense of Whitney Houston, who was a superstar, who was beautiful, who loved life, who supported other female artists. She really did. And this terrible disease, that's what I consider it to be, a disease that she tried so hard to overcome and couldn't, is how you remembered her today. Let me say it that way. I think that's why people are upset. I think that you should always check yourself when we're talking, because we can get a little comfortable. Then, you know, the tummy comes out, you undo the bra, and we come a little bit unhinged. Quiet as it's kept. Did you drink anything before you had the interview? Because common sense would have told you never ever to have said that. Because would you have said that about Gail? Would you have said that about Stedman? That's the point I'm trying to make. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love. Mwah. Exciting news, my darling Fumi Nation. We have the beautiful, fabulous Lagos Edit, a summer luxury 26 concept store with needlepoint as well as Oyato, commencing from the 27th of June all the way to the 5th of July. And we have a private preview and launch reception on the 26th of June, which is this Friday. Guys, you're going to love it. They are open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, and then on Sunday from 12 noon all the way to 6 p.m. Come on over to 96 Kensington High Street, London. The doors will be open at the Ivy Kensington Brasserie. You're going to love it. It is so glamorous. Needlepoint, sensational designs. Oyato, they are a mother and daughter brand who make beautiful, timeless, elegant and fun clothes. One of the hallmarks of their brand is just how cross-generational and different their clothes are.
Guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking